Gertz from Erica Synths with an all-new analog PICO system, right?
Yes, right. Actually, all our idea about PICO modules was to make modular synthesizers more affordable. And therefore, PICO modules individually, they are affordable and they sound good and they are really popular. But when you put together entire system, because there are lots of modules, it accumulates a price and you need a case and stuff, so it gets expensive again.
So the new system is, well, we were talking about this, one PCB, one case, one system. I'll overlay some images so people can see this. What's the kind of general philosophy with the system? It's got some new modules in there as well.
So it's all analog, small, compact system with modules you can all modules you can imagine for proper experiments in modular synthesis and for live performances as well, because we want to see our instruments on stage. And so the system has a sequencer from 2-3 steps. You have 2 VCOs. One is with pulse width modulation, other is with a very interesting wave shaper, which we developed from scratch. So it takes a triangle wave, morphs it into pulse wave, and then does pulse width modulation. So you can use
variable back from the pulse through to the triangle.
Yes. Then we have a VCO controller with a built-in VCA, which can be used as a separate VCA as well. But the main intention of this VCA is to control amount of linear FM applied to the second one.
It's of course then dynamic because there's the VCA there.
Exactly. Then we have a modulator, which is only not analog module, but it can take external clock, multiply it, divide it. It outputs sine wave, LFO, pulse wave for clocking, random pulse, sample and hold, and noise. Then we have 2 voltage-controlled envelope generators, free or looping ones. We have 2 low-pass gates, VCA and VCF mode with resonance. So you basically can use low-pass gates also as an oscillators. And BBD, full analog BBD with the delay time up to 400 milliseconds. And again, it can be very nice and delicate BBD flanger, and on like extreme settings, it distorts sound completely and stuff. And we have plenty of mixers. So we have mixer here, which can be used for audio and CV, and some mixers here. And then for output, of course, we have also the output on the back of the module as well.
So we should say there's a card slot right on the module.
Yes, maybe you have noticed.
It's a strange connection for a Eurorack system.
Yeah, so as all modules are assembled on one PCB, of course you can do regular patching with patch cables, but sometimes you want to change patch radically or you want to recall a patch. So what we did here, we routed all normaling lugs of jack sockets to the
those kind of common connections, and then to the slot as well.
Yes, and then we have voice cards, which basically mimic interface of the synthesizer. And there are internal connections made. So once you insert the voice card, all connections for the patch, specific patch, are made on the voice card, and you just need to adjust knobs to have the sound you wanted. We also have a DIY voice card, empty one. So you can use small wire jumpers, solder them in to repeat the patch on the modular synthesizer. And you can even use resistors here to attenuate signals. So basically you can turn all controls like most clockwise and make attenuation on the voice card, so it will automatically adapt to the potentiometer settings here as well.
So the system comes as a whole. Does it come with all the cards as well?
Yes. The system will come with 5 factory preset cards and 5 DIY cards, but you will be there will be cards available from our web shop as well, so you can get more DIY cards. And if you come up with some spectacular patch, please send it to Erica Synths, and possibly we will make your custom branded voice card. So the system will come with in a desktop version like this one, and also as a Eurorack module. So 42 HP, all signals are Eurorack compatible.
You were talking about although the PICO modules are very well priced, but as you start to add those up and add a case and power, it gets more expensive. You were saying this is much cheaper as a system.
Of course, even though we have to manufacture, for instance, a case, but still, having all modules on a single PCB reduces price radically. So the desktop version will be 450 euros, including PSU voice cards, stackable patch cables, because there are some patches where stackables are needed.
Yep.
And 25 different patch cables as well.
How much for the Eurorack version as well?
Will be 400.
It's really well priced for a full, interesting, creative system that's not just a basic one filter, one oscillator, single VCA.
Yeah, what we want to encourage people to go back to basics of modular synthesis and use this as a experimentation tool, not having ready-made objects that make drum sounds, but try to come up with your unique drum sounds on this one. Also, I really want to target this for educational purposes, because you can have a system on each desk in your class, when you have several students in class and so on. And people are encouraged to really experiment and come up with patches. Actually, in user manuals there is exact number of ways how to patch the system, and so my estimation is that you and all your future generations can spend all your life only trying out different patches on the system. So it's close to infinity.
I look forward to seeing what people do with it and having a play. It looks like a really creative, open system, as you say, for experimenting with sound.
Yeah, and also, having several systems, you can play quite interesting gigs actually live as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.